This week from Hollywood, we take you to the premiere of 21 and Over, to the Vanity Fair party where everyone, and we mean everyone, attended. And then over to the 21st Annual AIDS Foundation party hosted by the one and only Elton John. Then we check out what Jane Fonda had to say about TED creator Seth MacFarlane. Next, we take a look into the private life of Ryan Seacrest and Julianne Hough, and shine the spotlight on Hyde Park on Hudson star Bill Murray. All of these updates and more coming up. But first, let's take a look at the red carpet. We have your front row seat to the premiere everyone is talking about.
He's still breathing, right?
Who cares?
21 and Over rocked the Westwood Village in LA.
How are we gonna get him down?
We're gonna throw him off.
What? No.
I've done this 1,000 times. Oh my God. Did we just kill Jeff Chang?
Directors John Lucas and Scott Moore revealed to us their film technique.
The key to our directing style was that we have no idea what we're doing, so we're going to hire really far more talented people than we are. And I think when you see the movie, you can tell that those three guys just have like a friendship. And that's I don't know if you recognize it, or hopefully it's. I actually have all my college roommates here, and we all, if you shoot us, we're all idiots just like that. So the great joy of those guys, they feel like, oh yeah, I know those guys, I recognize those guys, I had fun with those guys, and that's hopefully why people go see the movie.
Oh my God. Did we just kill Jeff Chang again?
Working out was a huge part of the filming because the guys had to look hot in their skimpy outfits. It's true.
I mean, I had to work out, I had to do some crunches. Miles and I were having competitions on who could look better without the robe.
Get down immediately.
What are you doing, sir?
I think he's getting down.
Yeah, no, I see that.
I'm just saying, technically, he's doing what you asked him to do.
Vanity Fair is where you go after the Oscars if you want to be seen and, quite frankly, score some work for the upcoming year. Anyone who's anyone is there, including Jennifer Hudson, Chris Tucker, Richard Gere, Kelsey Grammer, Jane Lynch, Kirk Douglas and his wife, John Voight greeting some fans, Ron Howard, and Francis Ford Coppola. Jennifer Aniston and fiancé Justin Theroux walked into the Sunset Tower party holding hands and waving to fans. Halle Berry stunned the crowd in sequins as she partied solo. Get ready, we have a list of famous faces to show you. Natalie Portman and Benjamin Millepied, Sandra Bullock, Gerard Butler, Bradley Cooper, Reese Witherspoon, Penelope Cruz, Zoe Saldana, Hugh Jackman, Kerry Washington, Jamie Foxx and daughter Corinne, Russell Brand, and Hilary Swank. Elton John's 21st Annual AIDS Foundation Academy Awards viewing party was as popular as ever, with his famous friends coming out in support. Walking the red carpet were Gordon Ramsay.
Have a look at Elton's schedule. Phenomenal.
Sharon Stone.
It's a very exciting night, of course, the Oscars, and a lot happens and a lot of money is raised.
Heidi Klum.
I love Elton John and his AIDS Foundation. I love what he does. He's been working very hard, partying every year with, fabulous people.
Jim Carrey.
Heaven is everywhere.
Heaven
Especially
is in
when
eyes.
people gather to do good things.
Yes.
So here we are. I'm breaking the code. I'm breaking the code for sure. That's right.
Steven Tyler.
Well, I mean, look at the wonderful thing he's doing, for AIDS across the globe. Just love him and the people that come to this.
Miley Cyrus.
This is almost my 21-year anniversary of living. So he's been doing this literally as long as I've been alive, which is insane.
Naomi Campbell.
He is a very passionate, driven man, and whatever he says he's going to do, he does. He's loyal and determined.
And of course, Elton John and husband David Furnish. They both shared with us why the annual event to help raise money for HIV and AIDS research is so vitally important.
It's gotten to be such a status event on Oscar night. Every year seems to be bigger and better. And it gives us an opportunity to raise more money for AIDS and make more people aware.
Awareness is so important because we're still battling so much stigma with the disease. We've made great medical advances, but we really need people to talk more about living healthily with HIV. So it's great to use the platform of the Academy Awards, the biggest award show in the world, to really highlight the cause.
We're very proud of what we do, but we don't look back, we look forward. There's more to do.
This year's Oscars telecast was the most watched presentation in years, and like him or not, comedian Seth MacFarlane had everything to do with it. One famous actress in Hollywood isn't so fond of the TED creator. Jane Fonda told us why.
He's a very talented guy. I just thought it was a little sexist.
Dem's fightin' words, Fonda. A normally private pair, Ryan Seacrest and Julianne Hough may be breaking the ice with their public. We caught up with the Safe Haven star Julianne at LAX. We asked her the questions on everyone's mind.
Who wears the pants in the relationship?
Literally on the spot.
The story that you spent $6 million on cocaine.
What? Don't make this man mad. Former American Idol judge Steven Tyler grabbed a photog's camera when asked about his cocaine use in the 70s and 80s. The tide turned back in the positive direction when the same photog congratulated Steven on his Songwriters Hall of Fame induction.
You got a point. Congratulations on getting inducted into the Songwriters Hall.
Now you're talking.
Now you're talking. Steve, all right, my man.
Mr. Tyler, over your shoulder, sir. Hey, man. Thank you very much.
Steve, just keep on rocking, my man.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, let's play hot and cold. Cocaine use, cold. Anything else? Pretty hot. Got it.
So nice of you to come. Mr. President, forgive me for not getting up.
Your mother has now told me for the 10th time not to call her Royal Highness Elizabeth.
Do you mind if I call you Elizabeth?
No. No.
Without some help from us, there soon might not be an England to be king of.
We are not going to serve the King and Queen of England a cocktail!
It's like a madhouse.
This week, we shine the spotlight on Hyde Park on Hudson star Bill Murray. The comedic actor had us rolling on the floor with his spunky lines in Groundhog Day and Ghostbusters. He was the kingpin in What About Bob and a quirky mad dog in the Royal Tenenbaums. Then he was lost in Tokyo in Lost in Translation. During his time on Saturday Night Live, Bill poked fun at President Bill Clinton. In his new role, Murray fell in love with his work schedule on his latest film, Hyde Park on Hudson.
It was the most civilized work I've ever had. I mean, you came to work at a normal hour at like 5:30 in the afternoon. It was like, okay, we're done. And then when you drive home and you watch the sunset every day, I couldn't believe it. You don't work like that in America. You work these insane hours where you go to work in the dark and you come home in the dark. You never see the light.
The actor further went on to speak of his love affair with the subject matter of World War II seen through a completely different lens. He credited former President Roosevelt for his accomplishments.
It's a synthesis of what that moment in history was for, Western civilization. I mean, the World War II could have ended a completely different way. They always, make the joke over here, we could be speaking German, But, and it was a finesse on Roosevelt's part to figure out how to do that.
Bill was ready to take on the huge undertaking of playing the former president, but he knew he was going to have to fill large shoes.
I've never been asked to play an American president except in like a comedy sketch, and those are usually kind of modern ones you can make fun of fairly easily. Roosevelt's on the dime, he's a famous man. He's iconic. He's only president elected 4 times. He's a towering figure. People, cried like babies when Roosevelt died. They didn't think we could go on without him.
Although he is best known for his comedic roles, he was excited to challenge himself to aspire to a new level in his craft.
I always was challenged by playing these kinds of characters. I've seen some people play famous guys. I saw Randy Quaid play LBJ, and I always was fascinated by how he did that, and how you sort of have these, these moments that are just a recreation of what sort of happened, what could have happened, but you're putting original words in their mouths and seeing how these people do it, and you see that they can't speak like they're making a speech. They're talking frank, and they're talking in the back room, and so that was interesting to me, to have that kind of performance that would have that kind of, deft kind of control of it, where you'd have to keep this power within you, but sort of it would have an exterior of naturalism and softness as that a person would have in his own home.
You too comfy back there?
Yes, thank you.
I now see how important this weekend was. To them, to us, to the world, to Hyde Park on Hudson.
We could have sold tickets for this dinner and made ourselves a pile of money.
He's the leader of the free world, but does that mean he should know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars? They both involve otherworldly beings and spacecraft extravaganzas and so forth, right? When President Obama told his White House crew that he wouldn't do a Jedi mind meld with 2 congressional Republicans over budget cuts, you could hear a pin drop. But think about this. Do we really want the President of the United States watching a mini-movie marathon of Star Wars instead of getting us out of 2 real-life wars? Enough said. She's been out of the public eye professionally for a little while, but we've received word that former Arrested Development star Portia de Rossi has signed a new deal with ICM Partners to return back to the screen. Portia is Ellen DeGeneres' wife and has been seen on her arm at recent Hollywood events, but not on the big or small screen in quite some time. Will we see more of the actress soon? Our Magic 8 Ball says it's likely. Jennifer Lawrence played quite the firecracker in Silver Linings Playbook, and she even tore up her own dress accepting her Oscar for the part that is making her a household name. So why wouldn't her fans want to own a piece of her sweaty glory? The popular new It Girls clothes from the film have been auctioned off, and we have the results to share with you. Jennifer's custom-tailored white pants sold for $3,493. The teal sports bra and blue long-sleeve shirt she wore during the dance rehearsals went for $3,175. The wool full-length winter coat she wore sold for $4,652. A black tank top she never even wore on screen scored $624. Now that's a playbook we all want to see.
Wait, what's this?
Well, I thought you were doing it.
Oh, I thought you were doing it.
This week's Hollywood box office countdown left a little to be desired in terms of financial drawings, but hit the nail on the head when it came time to slay giants and perform exorcisms in 3D. At number 5 on our Hollywood box office countdown, the action-adventure flick Snitch, with a very humble $7.5 million. In our number 4 spot this week, for the first time on our countdown, The Exorcism Part 2. The spin on a beloved fear-induced classic made $7.9 million.
What are you watching? Watching you. Stop it! Stop it!
In our number 3 spot this week, 21 and Over. The coming-of-age feature joined the top 3 with $9.1 million.
Oh my God. Did we just kill Jeff Chang?
In our number 2 spot this week, down from number 1, Identity Thief. The Melissa McCarthy fan favorite stole the countdown show with $9.7 million. In our number 1 spot, for the first time on our countdown, Jack the Giant Slayer 3D. The legendary Warner Brothers action-adventure take on a revamped old classic killed the box office with $26 million.
Am I dead?
Not just yet.
Hollywood birthdays this week have our celebrities turning anywhere from 19 to 65. Annie Get Your Gun star Bernadette Peters turned 65. Teen heartthrob Justin Bieber, The Biebs, turned 19. Hollywood director Ron Howard turned 59. James Bond hottie Daniel Craig turned 45. Justin Timberlake's famous actress wife, Jessica Biel, turned 31. Becoming Chaz star Chaz Bono turned 43. And The Notebook's Kevin Connolly turned 33. Be sure to tune in next week for more glitz, glamour, and news from the Hollywood newsfeed.